Quilt people. What is going on right now? I don't know where you are, but here in Palm Springs, we have a stay-at-home mandatory quarantine. I guess it's because of the older, population here. I'm not exactly sure, but we have a citywide stay-at-home, no travel. We can only go to the grocery store, things like that. So that's what's going on here. On the upside, we will have more time for projects. Part of me is like, I've been waiting for this my entire life. The other part's like, how are we going to pay the bills? My real estate business is just like evaporating in front of my eyes. I'm like, oh my God. Anyhow, we will get through this. We will get through it together. Maybe we'll just inject a little more humor into things. But yeah, that's kind of the state of where we are. I just wanted to reach out to you personally and say my thoughts and prayers are with you all wherever you are. I hope that you're safe. I hope that you're healthy and happy. And yeah, let's all do our part just to make this experience a little bit better for our friends, family, and community. Okay, so with that, okay. I always believe in starting back from the beginning, and the beginning for me is always organization. I know I'm a very weird quilter in that I don't I don't have a lot of UFOs, right? Because I always tend to go through a project and I don't stop until it's done. But for the beginning, in between those projects, I always like to start with a blank slate, which is a clean and organized space. Hooray, right? Like I can just think better and operate better from a blank canvas. All right, so that's what we're going to be covering a little bit today. So let me see what else we got going on in the studio. Emergency staff meeting. Seriously, guys, this is very, very serious stuff. I need you to... Peter, this is your guitar. What's with the electric? I seriously am getting too old for this. I guess we're doing this.
What do you know about this thing called COVID? We just over here looking fresh is what we did. Don't be shy with your staying home and baking cakes. We got time with super lovely things to make. Get on up and be your own superstar. Why not sew it up to your crazy far? Be the shine that gets your neighbors talking. Put it in the world like we be rocking. When you love, the world becomes a better place. Keep it all at home with your freshy place. Why not make a quilt from your stash? Up and down, you got skills to keep away that crazy frown.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite things, which is organization. I don't actually love to organize, but I do really enjoy an organized space. I'm very ADD, so I have to have things kind of lined up in order to be able to function. Otherwise, it's just off the chain. So when it comes to organizing my stash, there's a couple things that I do that really help out. The first thing is I get these kind of foldable containers. You can just get them at even, Home Depot or wherever. They come like this, right? Often in a pack of 3. Just pop that open, right? And then I just fill them like this. Now, we all probably have more fabrics than we have space for. And I find that super stressful. I don't know about you, because you're always like, where do I put all this stuff? Liberate yourself from that. I'm just giving you permission right now. Get rid of what you don't have room to store, because I guarantee what you do store, you're probably only going to use a third of it, right? So my best suggestion is to get one of these, and then I take all the fabrics from a single kind of idea or thought or pattern or kind of family of fabrics and put them together. Like this one is very tropical, right? So I call this one just, my tropical fabrics, and whenever I need something bright, I go through that. I also have like a Christmas section. I have Halloween, I have traditional fabrics, I have stripes is its own, and so I just kind of dedicate, okay, I can have 1 or 2 boxes of this. I dump everything out, right? Like this, and then I grab one of these empty ones and start choosing from my favorites. Okay, so I will move this out of the way. So from here, I will say, okay, out of all of these, what's my favorite? Oh, definitely this gold. Oh my gosh, it's so yummy. Look at this. Oh, I love this one so much. Okay, so I will start with this, right? And then I'll fold it up nicely. I probably won't take the time to do it exactly right now, but you would see how that would work. And then I just start at the bottom with my favorite, right? And then I just continue to build that up. Okay, what's my next favorite? Ooh, that one's really nice. I like that one a lot. Okay, so that's a woven. And then, what else? I don't know about that one. Ooh, this, yum. Look at this. I love this one so much. I use this one actually a lot in my Halloween quilt that I just did in October. So that one goes in there, and I just keep choosing my favorites, and when I run out of room, I'm done. And the rest goes to Quilt Guild and somebody else. It gets to be somebody else's problem. But, so as you can see, like this one is just yellows and golds, right? I kind of have a color family for each box. So I have blacks and grays. I have greens. You know, this one is obviously yellow and gold. And so then I'll just fill that up with whatever is my favorite. And like I said, when I'm done, I'm done. And then that's it. And then I have, you know, a lot of room back there in my kind of office area where I'll just figure out how many I have to work with of these, and then I'll, you know, go through the whole process and put them together in categories, and then start with your favorites, and whatever's left over is left over. Okay, let me show you my actual stash back here in the closet. All right, I'm sure there's a joke to be had about me being in the closet again, but we will skip over that for now. But this is actually the closet to my second bedroom that I've converted into a kind of an office, right? Like I have my computer and everything down here. But then up above it, I put in storage and shelves to actually deal with my stash. And the top row is just individual colors, right? So I have just orange, tans and browns, blues, you know, grays and blacks, red and green, just across the top, so that when I need a specific color, I can just go to that really quickly. Then across the bottom, I have some traditional fabrics, right? I allowed myself 2 bins of that. And then the tropical fabric that I just showed you. And then down here on this side, I have fabrics that I would use as a solid, but that are not. So they have a little texture to them. They're either a woven or they have something going on that makes them a little bit different than just a plain solid fabric. And then at the very end, I have my Halloween fabrics. Christmas is in another room. All right, even deeper into the closet. On this side here, we have all of my bolts of fabrics, and these are from my pottery line. And it's just kind of terrifying because they're about to send me my second line, and I still haven't used up my first. Anyways, that's where that lives. And then I have a few more cubbies down here that I use for essentially the same type of bins and things like this. I have a little space here that I you know, use for bags, things like that. And then down here I have Japanese, and then more tropical and kids, and then stripe. Stripe is its own section for me, because when I'm going for a stripe, it's a very specific thing, and I use stripes in a very specific way. So I always want to not just have them folded in with the other colors, but they're their own treatment for me and the way that I use them. And then I have just, you know, kids and modern Western down there. All right, so that's kind of the way that I organize my stash. Let's just talk about how we go about that just a little bit more. So then to summarize, I, again, really make sure that my fabrics are paired up with similar types of fabrics. Unless they're a solid, then they're done by color. Okay? And again, I only allot myself, I determine the size that I have to work with first, and then go through, choose my fabrics, choose my next, choose my favorite fabric, and then my next favorite fabric, and then my next, and next, and next, until I've gone through and selected as many of my favorite fabrics as I can, and whatever's left over, like I said, just goes to Quilt Guild, somebody else to deal with. So the categories that I put them in that make the most sense to me are stripe, Japanese, tropical, traditional, kids, Christmas, Halloween, novelty if you go that route, I don't, and then solids by color, and then almost solids by color. right? So again, whether it's a woven or it has a little bit of a print to it, again, it looks like a solid, but it's not really. So I separate those out as well. And then I have a vintage, right, box, and then I have old shirts or clothes that are fabric I picked up along the way that I think is really cool and I want to use in a quilt, but I just haven't done so yet. Okay, so those are the categories that I personally use in my stash, and then I have a separate box that also has just fabric bundles that I picked up along the way that go really great together that I kind of had an idea for specific projects. But that's how I organize my stash, and again, each time between projects, I kind of take a pause, reset minute to clean the machine, change out the needle, to just have a minute to start from a fresh, clean slate before I move on to another project. I find that little reset helps me continually be in kind of inspiration and not be overwhelmed. When things are a mess and whatever, it's like, I've always thought that the physical world is just essentially an extension of the mind, right? And it's like when I was hiring in my real estate business, I always wanted to just ask somebody I was interviewing, can I see your car? Right? Because that's going to give me a really good idea of what's going on in here, right? Are you an organized person? Are you a dirty person? Are you, what kind of person? How, what's going on in your head? Because the physical world is just an extension of that, right? So for me, in order to keep, organized and in inspiration and ready to go on to the next project, just hit that reset button, organize your studio. It'll probably only take you 10 or 15 minutes if you do it each and every time in between projects. And so that's just a reminder for me to continually keep on that and to try and keep my studio up so that I can, just do better work. I hope that was helpful. If you have any feedback on this, I, of course, would love to hear it. You can always message me on Facebook, even on YouTube here. If you are watching on YouTube, if you could hit that subscribe button, that would really help me out. More than anything, I wanted to say, I hope that everybody stays safe. I hope that you find the opportunity to take care of your neighbors and really put it out there that you're there to help. This morning I put out there that, hey, if anybody needs a truck, I have a truck, let me know. I have extra time now. Certainly happy to help those in need. There's going to be a lot of need, I believe, in the next few weeks. So if we could all just be mindful of that and really band together, I think that this is an opportunity, right, to show a little love to our neighbors, our friends, and keep your focus small. At least for me, that really helps to just keep my world right here where it is on Passage Street in Palm Springs, okay? And if I can do that and not get overwhelmed with the world and all the craziness that's going on right now, I think, at least for me, it does keep me a little bit more sane. So like I said, you can always reach me at quiltingcowboy@gmail.com or sign up for alerts on my website, quiltingcowboy.com. I hope you're well. Take care of yourself, love each other, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.